guys, today I'm going to answer a question that I got asked through my Facebook page, and it was from somebody who was stuck in a bit of a rut in his life, doesn't know quite what to do, and he was asking me, Alex, how can I find my passion? How can I do something that I love? And I mean, first off, this is a very personal question, but I want to give a couple of pointers as to maybe give a little more clarity in this area. I mean, one thing that you can think about is what type of environment do you want to work with, and this can be something as simple as do you want to work inside or do you want to work outside, or do you want to have a desk job or a computer type of job, or do you prefer something that is using your hands, something more manual? Do you prefer working alone, or do you prefer working in a team or for other people? Or do you want to be your own boss, or do you want to have a job for somebody else? Do you want to choose when to work, or do you want to have a fixed working schedule, which might add a bit more stability in your life? So these are the type of questions that I would urge you to think about first. Long hours or short hours, you work during the day or during the night. Answer questions like this. If you, for example, find out that you prefer night type of work and you enjoy working with other people outside, then you probably want to look for something in nightlife, yeah. And but one thing that I find super important is figuring out whether you're going to start something for yourself or by yourself, or whether you're going to work for somebody else first, or whether you want to combine it. I find, especially from the people that follow me, a lot of people, they want to set up their own business. Many of them are in fixed jobs working for somebody else, though. Some aren't, though. And for many which are kind of on a borderline, one thing that you can do is, whilst you're working in, your fixed job, which, can provide like a bit of, security and basic income. At the same time, if you do eventually want to work for yourself and be your own boss, I'd say start immediately, and every few spare hours that you have every day, use that to build, the business and the life that you want to, that you're going to spend more of the rest of your life in, ideally full time and beyond. However, thinking about, doing your passion or finding what you're passionate about and kind of waiting for something to land, sometimes it just requires you to test out a lot of different things, and ultimately you might find something that you fall in love with. Although even that is not always the case. I mean, sometimes it's also about looking at your current work and kind of deciding or choosing to become more passionate about what you're doing. And the way that you can do is to immerse yourself deeply into something. If you get really passionate about what it is that you're doing, and you know that what you're doing has meaning for yourself and to other people, you're going to get much more satisfaction from it, and you can actually become more passionate about it. It could also be something else. Many times, your biggest passion may come from your biggest struggle, or your biggest passion can come from the thing that you learn from, a journey that you had before, a journey where, you were struggling with something and you were able to find a solution, and that solution improved your life massively. So you got super excited and motivated again in life. And sometimes you get so passionate about that you want to share that, whatever you've learned, with other people, especially when you realize, what it can do, how it can change your life around completely. And this again tends to be a lot of the people that I attract myself to, people in coaching who end up, getting coached by me, coaching themselves, and ultimately like coaching other people. I mean, in a way, this is kind of how I started online. And many of you don't know, but many years ago, I used to be quite overweight, and I had high blood pressure, high cholesterol. I wasn't in the best shape, both on the inside and the outside. And I decided at one point, okay, I'm going to change this completely. And I already enjoyed training. I enjoyed going to the gym, but I didn't know anything about nutrition. So I decided I'm going to change that. And I decided to learn everything that I could about nutrition. And I really adopted the mindset that, okay, I'm going to learn also so that I can teach this to other people. Because when you approach learning that way, you learn in a different way. When you think that you're going to have to teach somebody what you're just getting right now, you're going to absorb much more of it. You're going to think about it in a different way. And, it's also a bit of extra positive pressure that you put on yourself, because whatever it is that you're studying, you're going to have to know super well. So I kind of had that mindset of, whatever that I'm learning, I'm going to learn it better than my teacher. So I went way beyond, just the actual course study materials that I had from different training programs. I went and did research myself. I subscribed to all the research blogs, the science blogs in the field that I was interested in. And I mean, this was after that I first applied all the, the basic information to my own life, to my own body, in this case, to my health, and I saw like a massive improvement and massive results. And but it became a journey where I went from really struggling in this area to achieving massive personal success, to also to loving everything around that, to see like, wow, what I eat can have such an effect on how I feel, on my energy, on on my physique, and even without me even immediately teaching other people, I'd get questions from other people like, Alex, how did you do this? And this in turn motivated me even more to go even deeper in this, and then share that information with other people. So that is kind of how I first started online. I mean, oftentimes when somebody has experienced a big struggle in a certain area and they overcome it, they actually become much better than somebody who never had that problem in that area to begin with. And to give some examples, I've also coached a couple of guys like in the dating relationship area, and many of these guys initially they were probably quite bad with women and stuff, but now I'd say they're probably much better than the average guy with women. Just because they also became, that they started seeing results, they started working on themselves first, they started getting really excited about that. And I find like, if you start getting a positive change in your life, you start building momentum. And sometimes you become obsessed by the thing it is that you're building momentum with. I mean, it can be about relationships, it can be about nutrition, about physique. And that's what you see happening with many people. Many people who lose weight also, some of them, they don't stop at just being lean. Some of them, they end up like, standing on a stage in a bodybuilding contest, just because they become so passionate about what it is that they've achieved. So getting a positive results and building a momentum is a massive thing too. So if you have an area of your life that you want to fix, that you're really passionate about fixing, go really deep in that area. And also do what it takes to get fixed in that area. So, if it requires you to get a coach to attend seminars, do all of that. Start reading and start really learning as much as you can about that subject. Which kind of brings me to the next point, is that, if you become very interested in something, certain topics, you also become more interesting as a person. So even if you don't have any major struggles in your life, or your life is pretty uneventful, find something that you can become super interested in, and go really deep on that subject, and you'll find that you can start talking about that, and you become more interesting to other people who are also interested in that subject. I mean, at the end of the day, though, you have to love what it is that you're doing, because if you're not going to love it, you're not going to sustain it. And if you don't do what you do with, with love and passion, and especially when you're dealing with other people, those other people are going to feel that too, and they're not going to, get the best results as they would if you did love, what you were doing with them. So, so if you're really hating what you're doing, change it. And sometimes, as I said, you might have to change your environment. You may have to change your circle of friends or the people around you. I mean, they say that you're the average of the 5 people that you surround yourself with the most. I think it was Jim Rohn that said that. And in terms of every area of your life, finances, health, business, and in my experience, it seems to make a lot of sense. Both with the people that I surround myself with, if I look at their circles, or my own circle. So it may mean that changing environments, changing location, moving countries. Just put yourself out of your normal comfort zone. Test different things, and I'm sure sooner or later you'll land on something that you really love and that you can go deep in. So if there is a certain physique that you want to achieve, but your current circle are people who don't do any training, who are out of shape, then choose other people to spend your time around with. And you notice that if you start spending time with, I'm going a little extreme here, but with 5 bodybuilders, you too will become more like them in terms of physique. But you can apply that to other areas of your life too. You guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, post them in the comments below and I'll make sure to read them. If you like the video, give it a like, give it a share, and if you're not on the channel already, make sure that you subscribe, and see you soon. You guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please post them below. I'll definitely take a look at them. And if you like the video, give it a like. Make sure that you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, and give it a share with your friends. Thanks. See you next time.